Oh hey, it's Emily, and I am going to be talking about the books that I would like to read in the month of October, or my October TBR. So the last video I posted was my August TBR. I did warn in that video that I was moving in with my boyfriend and that work was going to be crazy for a while. So that's pretty much been why I haven't posted. Work has just been absolutely nuts. But we did have a hard deadline at the end of September. And so fortunately all was successful. We got everything done by the end of September deadline. And so things are a little bit calmer now. I have a little bit more energy and time to be able to film, edit, post. I did take a little bit of time at the beginning of October to just take a break for a few days and just relax. But back into the swing of things now, and yeah, I'm excited to kind of be able to get back into it. It has just been crazy. And I'm also off next week, so I'm filming this on the 6th, so it's already a week in, but I have been working some this week. I've been off for part of the week, and I'm planning on taking off next week. So I'll have a good amount of time to read and hopefully get caught up on some video things. My plan, video-wise, is to post the second vlog from June that I never posted. I have most of it edited. I just need to do a little bit more and then get it up. That vlog was super fun and special to me because it involved a trip that my boyfriend and I were able to take to San Francisco, and so I would love to be able to post it just to have that to look back on. And I also filmed a May and June wrap-up that I never posted, so I would love to go ahead and get that up. I did film vlogs for July. I might not go back and edit and post those. We'll see what I want to do. But at the very least, I would like to go ahead and get that second June vlog up and my May-June wrap-up. And then I might just do a video that's the highlights of what I read in July, August, and September. I have actually been able to do a fair amount of reading despite work being crazy. So I'll probably just do kind of a highlights from those 3 months and then just keep moving forward. So yeah, as I mentioned, it's already the 6th, so I have read a couple of books so far this month. I actually checked them out from the library because I thought it would be a nice change to be able to just walk into the library, pick the next couple of books I was going to read, and just have what was available at the library, decide what I was going to read, kind of within the mood that I was in. And so I did find The Plot. I'm blanking on the author's name, but I'll put an image here. I did read The Plot, and I also read Catherine House. I did actually have an ebook copy of Catherine House on my Kindle, but I saw the physical copy and also checked out the audiobook from the library as well. So I did read both of those in the first week here of October. So I'm not going to review them. I'll do that in a different video. But that was kind of my first 6 or so days of reading. And my boyfriend graciously is actually currently returning them to the library for me. And so I'm also a couple chapters into Babel by R.F. Kuang. And I'm very excited to get to this one. This one is a dark academia centering around our main character Robin, who is an orphan and is kind of brought from his home to Oxford to be part of this translation program at Oxford, and realizes that these translations and what he's working on there is kind of contributing to the colonial rule and power of the British Empire, and is trying to figure out what he should do about that, given that that negatively impacts places like the places where he's from. I have loved the first couple of chapters, but this is one of the 2 books that I'll be reading coming up. I am also currently a couple of chapters into Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen. This one didn't particularly give me October vibes, but it is a fairy loot book that I just wanted to go ahead and get to make sure that I'm caught up. And so we're following a seer, and there's kind of one seer for each of the kingdoms that are in this world. And so there's this old prophecy that the previous seer was talking about, that, you know, bad things are going to happen unless the prince of their realm can kind of find the right bride. Anyway, that's kind of the start of this setup, but this is also one that I'm currently reading, and the rest of my reading for October is really just going to involve atmospheric books. The Book of the Month selections recently and Fairy Loot selections recently have very much been in this vein, so really I'm just going to be catching up on some of those. We have Belladonna by Adeline Grace, and this one involves an orphan. People around her keep dying. She needs to work with death, like a personification of death. She needs to actually make a deal with them to figure out what's going on, I think. Not entirely sure, but this one definitely I've heard is very much in the October spooky vibes vein, so very excited to get to that. There's also Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young, and this one involves small town, supposed to be super atmospheric. This main character's boyfriend is accused of killing her best friend, and he leaves. She is kind of trying to, just reeling from that, trying to figure out what to do, and is living her life in this small town. He comes back some years later, and weird things start happening, I think. So it's like small town, atmospheric, murder vibes. So very much down to read that this month. There's also Small Angels by Laura Owens. This is one of the Book of the Month selections. And yeah, this one involved a spooky forest. And so I wanted to save this for October because I figured this would be the perfect time to read a spooky forest book. And the Book of the Month selections for October were also fantastic, and 3 of them, I actually ended up filling my box with 3 books, and I'll put an image of them on the screen as I'm talking about them, but they just screamed October to me. One is Sign Here, and this is if people were living in hell, and hell had a literal bureaucracy associated with it, and so this person is literally working for the bureaucracy of hell, and to get a promotion they need to like have someone like sell their soul to like the devil or something in order to get a promotion. It just seems super fun, and I think it's just going to be a really fun, silly book that is still very October vibes. There's also The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling, and this is the follow-up to the Ex-Hex. I had a super fun time. It's witchy romance, or I'm hoping this one is still witchy, paranormal romance of some sort, but I think witchy romance that was just super fun, and so it was a perfect book for October for me, so I'm hoping the follow-up will be as well. And then there's also Hester, which is historic witchy book related to the stories surrounding the Scarlet Letter. So very excited for all of those. And then the last 2 books I'm going to talk about are City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, and this will be the next book in the Bookstar read-along. Information down below as per usual. So yeah, we're reading the Mortal Instruments series. This is the 5th book, and I'm excited to continue. This is super angsty, dramatic, late aughts, early 2010s, like classic YA. So if you're in the mood for that, they're just fun. Like, they're popcorn, they're fun to get through, and they involve various underworld creatures, and so I think this will also be a fun one for October. And then I also want to read the final book in the Diviner series. This is The King of Crows by Libba Bray. I've read one every October for the past several years, and so I would love to read the last one and kind of wrap up this series in October. These are perfect for right around Halloween. It's super spooky. It is a YA book, but really leans into kind of some horror, just spooky vibes. These are super fun. It involves people who have various magical abilities. They're, dream walkers, people who can see the history of objects and read the history of objects. Various magical abilities. Murder is involved. It's been super fun. and very creepy, like real creepy, and perfect for right around Halloween. So yeah, I wanna wrap up that series. And those are the October plans. The Fairy Loot selections for October also did seem very atmospheric and perfect for this time of year. We'll see if I can even get to those given all of the books that I would like to get to. So if I can get to those, I don't remember what the selections are at the moment. I just remember reading kind of the general vibe of them and they seemed perfect. But if I do get to any of those, I'll just talk about those in some vlogs that come out later. But this is probably closer to what I'm actually going to be able to get to. Yeah, so I'm excited to be back and get back into the swing of making videos, and I love reading in October. Favorite kind of reading is the spooky, atmospheric Halloween vibes. So I'm pumped, I'm ready for fall. So let me know what you're planning to read in the month of October. I will bring my TBR game back in November. I already knew what I wanted to read again, so there was no point to doing the game and risking not being able to get these onto the TBR when I knew exactly what I was in the mood for. So yeah, we'll bring that back next month. But yeah, let me know what you're hoping to read in October. I hope your reading has been going well over the past couple of months since I have been posting, but I'm excited to be back, and I will see you in a couple of super old videos that I'm just gonna go ahead and get up. So we'll just pretend that those came out a long time ago when they were supposed to, and then we'll just keep moving forward. Okay? Sounds good. All right. Yeah, again, let me know in the comments what you're reading in October. I'd love to know. I always love recommendations for this time of year. I'll also leave my Twitter and Instagram link down below, as well as more information about how you can support the Black Lives Matter movement, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.